It was an act of pure evil. Our unity cannot be shattered by evil. Our bonds cannot be broken by violence.
That's part of President Trump's message to the country after the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Tonight, 58 concert goers in Las Vegas are dead and hundreds are hurt. We'll share what we know about the shooter tonight and how people are helping those in need. And with all of this in mind, tonight we're looking at how hard it is to keep crowds of people safe at events. And we're taking you live to Murrells Inlet to show you the special way some are remembering a bait shop owner tonight.
You're watching ABC 15 News at 5.
Machine gun fire. That's the way a 3-day country music festival came to a close. You know, at first concert goers thought it was fireworks. Then they realized bullets were flying. Investigators say a sniper perched on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino started shooting at the Route 91 festival along the Vegas Strip. This all happened last night. Country star Jason Aldean was wrapping up his set, and more than 22,000 concert goers were there listening to him. Here's who police identified as the shooter, Stephen Paddock. Investigators say he's 64 years old, lived about 80 miles from the concert venue, and police say it appears he used a hammer to break that hotel window before he started shooting. And to put things in perspective for you, this is a look at the layout of the hotel in reference to the festival location and other well-known landmarks. The shooter's brother, who's living in Florida, found it difficult to come up with the words to talk about what happened.
There's not even anything I can say. I mean, how do you... I mean, my brother did this. This is like it was done, you know, like he shot us.
Right now, authorities are trying to figure out a motive. SWAT teams using explosives say they stormed the shooter's hotel room. And once inside, they learned he killed himself and they found 19 weapons. ISIS claimed responsibility for the attack, but the FBI says there's no evidence to support that. And this is not considered an act of terrorism. Now, we did hear from the gun shop owner in Salt Lake City who says he sold guns to the shooter. Take a listen.
He didn't set off any of my alarms, anything that I felt like there's a problem in any way, shape, or form with him. He came in, again, another time. He wanted a firearm. He knew exactly what he was looking for in the shotgun that I sold him. I went out and found it, and I supplied it to him because I didn't see anything. Nothing, again, stood out. He was a normal, everyday guy that walks into my door 50,000 times a day.
Authorities say they also found weapons and ammunition during a search of Paddock's home in Mesquite, Nevada. But in the middle of all this chaos, we're hearing from witnesses like this one.
If there's a silver lining to this event, it was the humanity of the event. It's everybody helped everyone. Everybody was finding a way to help people. There was no chaos in the trample. There was no chaos in leaving the event.
And because there are so many victims, Las Vegas Police Sheriff Joseph Lombardo is asking for blood donations, and, well, people are stepping up. Here they are lining up in Las Vegas to donate blood outside the United Blood Bank Services. A second donation center in nearby Henderson was opened. And, you know, this shooting reminds us of another colossal challenge for law enforcement, securing soft targets like last night's concert. Our chief political correspondent, Scott Duman, is looking into if there's any way to ensure your safety at large public gatherings.
Under attack and nowhere to go. Open-air venues like the Las Vegas concert meant no warning and few options once it began. The same goes for the Boston Marathon bombing or the Orlando nightclub attack. One thing in common, they're all considered soft targets. Colin Clark with the Rand Corporation has been studying these ultimate security challenges.
I'm still amazed that we haven't had more soft target attacks on shopping malls and concerts in this country.
But the number of soft targets essentially is countless versus the number of hard targets, isn't it?
It would be literally impossible to harden every soft target from terrorist attack.
Clark says when hard targets like the White House behind me here continue to get more secure, then soft targets become more attractive options for attackers.
Because the hard targets are then so difficult to attack that, people may make the calculation of, well, I'm never going to be able to do anything or I'll be stopped, so let me go target a shopping mall.
We pray for the day when evil is banished and the innocent are safe.
Meanwhile, clouds of concern will hang over everything from major marches on the mall to sporting events cross-country, with organizers and law enforcement wondering what other steps can be done to deter attacks. One who used to advise President Trump on security matters says the task falls on everyone.
I'm very dubious of 330 million people thinking that it's Uncle Sam's job to protect them when they're walking down the high street. It's local law enforcement. It's state law enforcement.
In Washington, Scott Thuman, ABC 15 News.
All right, here's our question of the day. Do you feel at risk at large public gatherings? You can weigh in at WPDE.com/question. And each time something like this happens, it's hard not to wonder, what if this happened here? ABC 15 Sydney Glenn spoke with an organizer of the Carolina Country Music Fest about waking up, just like many of us, to learn about the attack at an outdoor country music concert. Sydney?
First thing this morning, CCMF organizer Bob Durkin talked to Captain Joey Crosby with the Myrtle Beach Police Department. They discussed the safety plan for next year's Carolina Country Music Festival. Of course, they talk about it all year long, but today, with Las Vegas on their mind, it was a special conversation. Of course, for safety reasons, they can't discuss exactly what, if any, new safety features will be added to the plan. Captain Crosby tells me ultimately what happened in Vegas is something the department will learn from. Durkin released this statement to me today on behalf of CCMF. Our hearts and prayers go out to the victims, families of the victims, and everyone affected by the senseless tragedy that occurred in Las Vegas. We'd like to recognize Las Vegas law enforcement and first responders for their selfless efforts to protect and serve. CCMF will continue to work closely with the Myrtle Beach Police Department to prepare for 2018. We pledge our continued commitment to exhaust all resources to ensure CCMF provides a safe, secure environment for all. Coming up on ABC 15 News at 6, hear how safety plans for Carolina Country Music Fest could be different next year and how police learn from tragedies like this one. Trey?
All right, thanks so much, Sydney. Now, if you want to learn more about what goes into the security plan for CCMF, we have more information for you on our website. Just go to WPDE.com. Now, here in Myrtle Beach, imagine this. You're in your home celebrating a birthday, and two masked men come in with a gun. Police say that happened last night on Sarasota Street in Myrtle Beach. ABC 15's Madeline Montgomery is live in that neighborhood and spoke to the family. So, Madeline, what did they tell you?
Well, Trey, the family is still scared and shocked, and they weren't ready to go on camera, but I did speak with the grandmother who was shot, and she told me that the invasion seemed totally random. She says that the men came in and never said a word, but had a gun, and she said it seemed that they seemed scared and they shot the family's pit bull. The grandmother then reached in front of the dog and was shot in the arm. And neighbors are telling me that they're shocked that this could happen here. A birthday celebration ending in flashing lights.
Somebody's home, and here they are. They're just, they were celebrating, and next thing you know, they get shot.
That was the family's reality Sunday night when police say masked men entered this home through the unlocked garage door, firing shots that injured a grandmother and a dog.
This is really a safe neighborhood, I thought, until now.
The family wasn't ready to talk on camera, but neighbors were quick to share their shock.
To hear that you had a home invasion right around the corner again, not only a home invasion, but an armed home invasion. So that's kind of scary to where, the homeowner was shot and the dog was shot. So that's a little scary.
Well, this is the first time I've heard of anything, but it's scary, and you have to be prepared. That's why we keep weapons at our bedside, because you never know.
Being prepared for anything is exactly how police advise people to stay safe.
Be aware of your surroundings and be aware of what's happening in and around your neighborhood. Utilize the things that you have as the lighting outside, or alarms if you have those around your home, and cameras if you have those around your home. Make sure that you're keeping your garage doors closed and your front door closed at all times.
And if you are up against a gun,
anytime that you're faced with a situation where someone has a gun and they're demanding money or property or anything, comply with their demands. Do what they tell you to do.
Police are still looking for the men involved in the shooting, and they're checking surveillance video to see if they can identify them. Live in Myrtle Beach, Madeline Montgomery, ABC 15 News.
All right, thank you so much, Madeline. The family also says they're thankful police responded so quickly.
Well, gorgeous weather coming in over the weekend is sticking around for most of this week. Let's take a look at the very latest now. Satellite and Doppler radar review shows some clouds around, but we don't have any rain out there, and I think we'll be rain-free as we head through tonight. Our temperatures right now are certainly comfortable, upper 70s to around 80 just about everywhere. The humidity is in check as well, and still a nice breeze out of the northeast at 5 to 15, occasionally gusting over 20 mainly along the immediate coast. If you plan to be out this evening, it will certainly be a nice evening to be outside. Temperatures falling into the mid-60s as we head through 9 o'clock, low to mid-60s by 11 o'clock with mostly clear skies, and overnight comfortably cool once again under mostly clear skies. Temperatures fall into the mid-50s inland. We'll be right around 60 down by the beaches, and really what you see is what you get. Now, it is going to start to warm up over the next several days. I'll show you how warm it gets, and we'll check the tropics later.
All right. A deadly standoff in Robeson County has North Carolina State Police investigating tonight. Deputies say Keith Battaglia barricaded himself yesterday inside a home near the Parkton community. And officers say every time they got closer to the home, he shot at them. Deputies say a highway patrol officer's bulletproof vest stopped a bullet from piercing his chest. 2 Robeson County patrol cars were hit with bullets. The Robeson County Sheriff says Battaglia died from a gunshot wound. The sheriff isn't releasing any more information until the investigation wraps up. And in some consumer news tonight, something new for Facebook. Now there are requirements that will provide more transparency and accountability for the ads you see. Facebook is set to give copies of 3,000 Russian bot ads to lawmakers who are investigating possible Russian meddling in last year's election. The social media giant says it will begin requiring advertisers to confirm who they represent before posting political ads. But for now, this will only apply to ads mentioning candidates by name. And General Motors announced the company will roll out 2 new electric vehicles. The car maker says it'll happen within the next 18 months, and that's just the beginning. GM officials say they want at least 20 new electric cars launched by 2023. GM also renewed its commitment to clean fuel concepts with hydrogen fuel cell technology. We'll be right back.